Salam everyone, I just thought I would upload the complete revision session in one video. I know it's very long, I do apologize, but this just gives you a gist of how to revise, and you don't have to watch this all the way through, just revise on your own pace, and if there are any problems then you can come back to this video. So it's sort of a reference video, which is why I uploaded it all in one chunk. But what is really important is that you actually revise. So whether you do it using this video or by yourself, the most important thing is to revise as much as you can, because that is absolutely essential at this point. And for revision tips, I've made a video on those. So lesson 24 is what you need to watch. It's linked on the upper right corner. So click on that for revision tips, and then you can continue watching this video. Assalamu alaikum.
قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون.
So got that while it was being recited. So you can read it while it's being recited, because initially it is really hard if you just listen and you don't read it to figure it out, because you don't know the word. So looking at the word helps you to like pick out the root word much more quickly than just hearing it. So did you get that, like while they were reciting الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون?
Yeah, I kind of have to look at it, like.
Yeah, definitely look at it.
Yeah.
And so, for example, like I remember when this is being read really fast, so my brain almost skips the الذين هم في, and it just picks out like صلاتهم خاشعون, and so then I know, okay, المؤمنون صلاتهم خاشعون, then the next one is
والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون.
with this one, for example, even if you just pick out Allahu, then you know, okay, it's being talked about those who don't do Allahu and the idle talk. So like that's I think I was explaining to Berivan last time, it's like the sentence with the words are bricks, and some of the bricks will drop because it's being recited really fast, so you won't be able to comprehend each word consciously. But if you can pick out some words and then just know what's being talked about, even with a few words now, then that's good, like enough for this stage at least.
والذين هم للزكاة فاعلون.
Then obviously, like here, like keyword would be zakat, and fa'ilun, something like you might not be able to that quickly pick it out and be like, oh, it's from fa'al and fa'al is doing, etc. So you get the point, like the idea.
والذين هم لفروجهم حافظون إلا على أزواجهم أو ما ملكت أيمانهم فإنهم غير ملومين.
Was that good for both?
فمن ابتغى وراء ذلك فأولئك هم العادون.
So what would be like the key words here? It could be different for different people anyway. How about you, Ivan? What?
I just like ibtigha, I had to look at it. I was like, okay, I remember. And then, and wara, like those who seeks beyond this. It's just, for me, like the first 2 pages, especially the first page, it sits so well. Like I just know the whole translation. Just later on, it just messes my mind though. It's like,
that's great progress.
So alhamdulillah, I'm really like, yay, I'm kind of understanding almost everything.
Nice, very nice.
It's just later on, I don't know what happens later. The verses
it's like, that's the point of revision anyway. Yeah. So how about you, Awa? Like when it's being recited, are you comprehending it simultaneously? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess with this one, so because like with the, I think it, I first, like when I heard the wara'a dariga, that's when I remembered it's like they go beyond, and then I was like, oh yeah, I actually know what ibtira also means. So
Good, good. Yeah, that's exactly like how it works, like the process. So that's good.
والذين هم لأماناتهم وعهدهم راعون.
Good, this one.
Yeah. Is it like cheating in my mind if I kind of know, like, because I know like the first page is like, you know, even if you forget the words, you know, oh, okay, this, because it's the first page, you know, kind of what it's about. You see my point? Is that kind of, because I
No,
think
that
that
is
might be,
exactly what this course is about, is that we're gonna use like different methods, but what is the main goal is to understand the meaning, right?
yeah, that's true.
So it's not,
Because if
we're not
ibtigha came
Arabic.
in another ayah, maybe, then I
Yeah.
wouldn't remember.
Yeah, exactly. But when you see it so many times, then you would eventually.
Okay.
Like
Tamam.
your brain would. So that's amazing, mashallah. That's like exactly what I would want. I would
Okay,
hope this
perfect.
happening. Yeah, yeah, honestly.
Alhamdulillah.
Because again, like just to remind, like the Arabic is not the goal here, right? It's the meaning. So whatever helps us understand the meaning, that's great, you know?
Tamam.
والذين هم على صلواتهم يحافظون أولئك هم الوارثون.
So sometimes when this being recited, "Ulaika humul warithun," like if I'm not paying that much attention, it'll be like, oh, what does that mean? But then you can also go back in your mind, so make sense of the previous verse based on maybe the next verse. So for this one, always number 11, the next verse reminds me of, oh, okay, that was the warithun from the previous, because the next verse explains it. Listen.
الذين يرثون الفردوس هم فيها خالدون.
Makes sense. So that then tells you,
Wow, this
oh,
is
al-warithun
insane.
was, yeah, the inheritors, that means, you know? And that's fine. You still got the meaning of the first verse, even though it's been recited.
ولقد خلقنا الإنسان من سلالة من طين.
Good. Keyword here would be خلقنا الإنسان and طين. You can pretty much guess what it is about.
ثم جعلناه نطفة في قرار مكين.
So this one, which one stands out more to you guys, the nutfa or the qarar makin?
Nutfa. It's
Okay.
more like
Creation. Yeah.
ثم خلقنا النطفة علقة فخلقنا العلقة مضغة فخلقنا المضغة عظاما فكسونا العظام لحما ثم أنشأناه خلقا آخر فتبارك الله أحسن الخالقين. ثم
Oops, sorry. How is this? This was long.
oh my God.
What?
Understanding
Yay!
while he's reciting, like better than before, at least. Alhamdulillah, ya Rabbi. Allahumma barik.
You know, for me, for example, when I was reading this, I got confused. I was like, oh, mudgha, is that bones or flesh?
Yeah.
And the next one it said فَخَلَقْنَا الْمُضْغَةَ عِظَامًا, and I was like, oh yeah, عِظَامًا are bones, so it's like, okay, the nutfa into flesh, and then the flesh and the bones, and then فَكَسَوْنَا الْعِظَامَ لَحْمًا, like the bones were then coated with more flesh, and then ثُمَّ أَنشَأْنَاهُ خَلْقًا آخَر. And then the last like phrase, فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ, that's easier to understand.
إنكم بعد ذلك لميتون ثم إنكم يوم القيامة تبعثون.
How's that? تبعثون. Easy to pick out?
Sorry?
تبعثون, was that easy to like grasp quickly?
Yeah.
Very good. You're doing better than I expected you both.
Yeah.
Because at this point I would expect like okay you die إنكم بعد ذلك لميتون, death, and then after that you would look at يوم القيامة and then think, oh okay, then it's talking about يوم القيامة, but you guys actually picked out the harder word, which is تبعثون. Very good.
ولقد خلقنا فوقكم سبع طرائق وما كنا عن الخلق غافلين.
How about this one? This one's a bit poetic.
Yeah, that was a bit tricky for me. Like the first part I got وما كنا.
سبع طرائق.
Yeah. Okay, now I see وما كنا عن الخلق غافلين. I'm just okay. Okay.
So maybe like write it
Still,
down, or like put a star next to it or something, which means like you can come back to this one later and just read it and see if then the next time you understand it better.
Oh yeah. Okay, I should note it down.
Or maybe think about the keywords here would be so wama kunna. I guess with this one you sort of have to catch the wama kunna really quickly, because that's like the no is coming first, the negation is coming first, because if you only focus on the anil khalqi ghafilin, then unless you remember that the meaning was okay, he won't be neglectful, ghafil of the khalq, then it might be hard. But just now, because we've discussed it, you will remember better next time, I'm pretty sure.
وأنزلنا من السماء ماء بقدر فأسكناه في الأرض وإنا على ذهاب به لقادرون.
This one was also tricky, I'm guessing. Did you get it?
I mean,
your side?
I did, but I think I had to, there's some bits that I had to sort of listen until the end to then kind of piece all of it together.
Yeah. Also something that happens in that sometimes, like, until the whole verse is read, you sometimes don't really know what is being said. And you were gonna say something else? Sorry.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say like at the end, kind of وَإِنَّا عَلَى ذَهَابٍ بِهِ لَقَادِرٌ. But yeah, I think eventually, like when it got to the end, that's when I sort of was like remembered what ذَهَابٍ and like what we're saying.
Good. Oh, it's so nice to see that process happening in front of my eyes. It's like all our brains work the same. That's so cool.
فأنشأنا لكم به جنات من نخيل وأعناب لكم فيها فواكه كثيرة ومنها تأكلون.
How about this one?
Insane.
What? You got it.
I mean, I guess so. SubhanAllah.
See, there's
I mean, the nakhil and anab, it's like, oh my God, I know it's two something in the garden. It's like, I can't remember. It's like the palms and the grapes, but which one? It was like, that's what I was confused about. But the rest of it was, alhamdulillah, I got like the whole meaning.
That's good. And that's also fine. Like if you can't remember which words which at this point, because again, meaning, you're getting the meaning, right?
Yeah.
So it's totally fine. And then yeah, لكم فيها فواكه كثيرة, lots of fruits. ومنها تأكلون. You got this bit? ومنها تأكلون. Cool, very nice. Because Awa, for you now, this is getting to the page which you haven't revised, so that's pretty cool. Because you're like 17 or something, so this is very good.
Allah barik.
وشجرة تخرج من طور سيناء تنبت بالدهن وصبغ للآكلين.
Okay, this one.
This verse has always been a tiny. It has been a bit struggle for me.
So for me as well, like for me, what I do is okay, shajara tree, Tur Sinai mountain. So I know okay, it's talking about the
Yeah, exactly. It
and
just
then duhan I like here it said olive tree providing oil. So slibla I had no idea what it was, but lil akilin, so something to eat, and then
okay. It's I think I could confuse my like tembutu biduhni. Like is it so in the translation it says it produces or providing oil, but how like
the duhan
yeah
is the oil bit. So tambutu biduhan, like tambutu is from nabat, which is like production, like you know nabat.
yeah that's true, but it's just like more like
Yeah.
is it like Allah who's providing it, or do you see like when is it should it just be providing by its I don't know, it's just
Yeah, I see what you mean. So it's the shajara. The shajara like is pretty simple.
oh okay
From the olive tree. So the tree provides oil and a condiment to eat. Oh, now I get it. So
I
the
see.
slibble. Oh, so it's the actual olives that's being talked about. So it provides the oil, olive oil, and olives which we eat. So multi-purpose. That's so
okay, now I see.
Whoa, we don't give olive tree the credit.
Wait, sorry, can you say that again?
We don't get that was nice.
As in the tree is providing the olive oil, and because from the olives, but also we use the olives to eat, like as a condiment, as a like a spice or a side thing. Not a spice, but you know what you call those, like pickled cucumbers and stuff, like all in that kind of food category.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so it's the tree, the shajara tambutu bidduhn, that's providing the oil and the condiment to eat. Yeah.
I wonder though, because like you know how last time we were saying, I think usually like the thing that's doing the action, it has to end in like u. So actually, I don't think it's the shajara that's doing the doing thing because of like how it ends. That makes sense. Because it would have been shajaratun if it was the tree doing the picture production bit.
Let me see how other translators have translated it. But like otherwise, what could be? What could be the thing providing? Because also it's like tembutu. The form is like a passive one. So I wonder if that's what changes that rule of oo and etc. etc.
Do you think it? Yeah, never mind. I thought maybe like something in the ayah before, but
I see. No, I think it's true because of the way the other translators have translated it. So one says, and we brought forth a tree from Mount Sinai which produces oil and food for those who eat. Then there is another one that says, and a tree that springs from Mount Sinai that grows oil and a relish for the eaters. Yeah, so I think it's the tree doing the action. I don't know why the rule, like sometimes there's so many exceptions in the Arabic language, but I don't know why that would be the case in this. Because my grammar is horrible. So sorry, I can't help there. So 21.
وإن لكم في الأنعام لعبرة نسقيكم مما في بطونها ولكم فيها منافع كثيرة ومنها تأكلون وعلى
Okay. This one?
Oh, this is a tricky one as well.
Yeah.
With the bellies. Butoniha.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm. So
Nusqikum.
nusqikum.
Okay, now I remember. Nusqikum
Yeah.
is the drinking.
Hmm.
Another word for shut up, right?
Yes.
So I couldn't get that while translating. I had to like think now.
Hmm. That's
But I
fine.
got something like in the the first part, and there's great benefit in in that there's great benefit, and you just eat, I guess,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
But you knew that it's the cattle being talked about?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, so that's 80% of the verse. So that's still pretty good.
Alhamdulillah. That is true. Be positive, Birma. Be positive.
Yeah. Remember the state right now, it's not even 100%. So the fact that you're understanding 100%, mashallah, is beyond like this stage, beyond the expectation. So right now, you can easily aim for 70%. It's pretty okay at this point. Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
وعلى الفلك تحملون.
Okay, this is short, but so it goes really fast, like before we can even understand what's going on. So where are they going?
Yeah, this is also, I think the construct, I don't know, and upon it, there are ships carried.
No, so the reason this is tricky is also because it's linked to the previous verse. So it's still talking about al-an'am. So wa'alayha, as in on the cattle, wa'ala al-fulk, and on the ships, you are carried. Tuhmaloon.
Ah, okay.
That's what, like, you also have to keep in mind what has just been said.
And like, so upon them
Hmm.
and on the ships, they were carried.
You are carried. Tuhmaloon. Like,
You
himil is
were carried.
like himil. Remember we said like a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
So burden, as in
But
they.
I'm not sure if I understand the verse. Like, وَعَلَيْهَا. I don't know.
So on it, on the cattle,
Yeah.
and on the ships, you are carried. So it's like a poetic.
Ah, okay.
Like we use them as vehicles, basically, and they carry us.
Tamam. Okay.
Yeah, transport.
ولقد أرسلنا نوحا إلى قومه فقال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره أفلا تتقون.
This, I'm guessing, both of you understood, yeah? Yeah, like easy. Nuhan, Ya qawmi ibudullah, ma lakum min ilahin ghayru wa afala tattaqun. It's all common phrases now we know.
فقال الملأ الذين كفروا من قومه ما هذا إلا بشر مثلكم يريد أن يتفضل عليكم ولو شاء الله لأنزل ملائكة ما سمعنا بهذا في آبائنا الأولين.
Was this okay?
Yeah.
Wow, mashallah. You guys got this bit. يتفضل عليكم.
Yeah.
Okay. From the fadl, like trying to make superior over you.
Mm-hmm.
Good. If God willed, he could have given angels, لأنزل ملائكة, and then ما سمعنا بهذا, we haven't heard Do you also, while it's being recited, like, is it easy to pick out phrases or where it's pausing and where a next sentence is beginning? Because there's no full stops or commas in Arabic. For example, the malaika, la anzala malaika ma sami'na bihada. It's like two separate phrases.
Yeah, sometimes I had to kind of, oh my God, oh, what was that word? Oh, okay. And then I catched up after. So
Okay.
it was like, but it went kind of well. So
Yeah, your brain working at like 120% speed and going, what is happening? What is happening? Catch it, catch. Yeah, that's fun. It's the fun of language.
Subhanallah.
One
إن
more.
هو إلا رجل به جنة فتربصوا به حتى حين.
Okay, this one.
I got the meaning, but not the words. But I got the meaning.
What was the meaning that you got?
Sorry?
What was the meaning that you got?
Though so they're like claiming that Nuh alayhi salam is possessed, and just wait for a specific time, like it will come forth someday, like you will see it one day.
Or just wait for him, like bear with him for a while. He'll get better. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, and then he will kind of show himself as a possessed kind of thing.
I see. Okay, cool. Awesome. MashaAllah, both of you. That was amazing.
Oh my God, Elle, I'm so proud of us.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you. Yay. So amazing to watch. Like, you know, like my mind, mashallah, like it's just blown right now.
Oh, alhamdulillah. We also have amazing teachers, so
Agreed.
yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, keep doing this. You guys have like you've gotten the gist of it now. You've understood like how what your brain is supposed to be doing and how you pick up the meaning, and also like linking it with the previous verse or waiting till the end to piece it all. Like literally I couldn't have pointed these things out better. So like alhamdulillah, they're all coming out. Like that's the process being followed. So keep doing this. Yeah, 10 verses every day, inshallah. And yeah, I'll see you on Sunday. So there's a lot of time
Give me a virtual high five. Hey, Ewa and Hira.
group high five in Corona times. So we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You guys have like 5 days. So try and do, if you go by 10, it's 50. But if that's too much, then maybe like 40 or so verses would be good. And just revise.
So
I think
50?
number 17. Yeah, 50 would be ideal because that's 10 verses a day. But if you find that is too much, then 40 or something, even less. Like as much as you can do, really. It's fine.
Inshallah.
So at your own pace, inshallah. But try to do something every day.
فقال الملأ الذين كفروا من قومه ما هذا إلا بشر مثلكم يريد أن يتفضل عليكم ولو شاء الله لأنزل ملائكة ما سمعنا بهذا في آبائنا الأولين.
Okay. How was that? It's a long one. Got it?
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
How was it for you, Hiba?
Like I'm getting words, lots of words, but I don't think I was following like the sentence necessarily.
So, what the way I explained to them last time was that, like, imagine that all the words are like bricks, and then while you're kind of jumping on them, some of the bricks will fall, as in you won't quickly grasp every word, but based on like the words that you do grasp, it's like trying to just piece it together and basically making a meaning out of the least amount of words that you can. So, were you like? if you haven't revised this, then that would probably be harder. So were you able to revise any of the verses?
Yeah. I have revised a decent amount of verses.
So
But I guess also with the revision, like as I'm reading through, there's just like more and more information, I think, adding on top of each other. So I don't know how much of that I've been retaining, but
yeah. So what you can do with this then is like try and recall, like if you know the story roughly, then try and maybe recall what is happening. So here we just started without any context or anything, right? But so the previous verse is this. Let me play this. So then that gives you a bit more context to guess.
ولقد أرسلنا نوحا إلى قومه فقال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره أفلا تتقون ولقد أرسلنا.
So for example, from here, it's okay to also pick out little bits that you do understand. So for example, here the keyword would be like Nuh, Nuhan. So it's like, okay, we're talking about Nuh. And then faqal, even if you miss qal and you just pick out Ya qawmi ibudullah. This one is fairly easy to understand, right? So you're like, okay, that's only Nuh saying that. And then malakum min ilahin ghayruh. If you grasp it at this point, okay. If not, that's also fine. And then أَفَلَا تَتَّقُونَ, you grasp that, right? Yeah. So you see what I mean? How, like you can skip a lot of the words and still understand the meaning. So right now, the goal is to just like speed up comprehension, and it's kind of like context clues and picking out keywords and trying to guess what the sentence is. And you can guess because we sort of know what the story is, right? So now if you look at the next verse, it's like, okay, so Nuh, that's what Nuh is saying. So now you can say, okay, فَقَالَ الْمَلَأُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. So you're like, okay, now the kafar, those people, disbelievers, will be replying something. Okay? And مَا هَذَا إِلَّا بَشَرٌ. That one is maybe an easy one to pick out.
Yeah.
And then if you skip this one, ما سمعنا بهذا في آبائنا الأولين.
Yeah, that one was okay as well.
Yeah. Did you get this one? The يريد أن يتفضل عليكم. This might have been a bit tricky because this like يتفضل is like, so this one is like he's just trying to assert his superiority over you. And then this phrase, وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَأَنزَلَ مَلَائِكَةً.
Yeah, that one was fine as well. Yeah. When you go through it bit by bit, like break up the phrases, most of them are fine. But I think when I'm listening to them, it's too quick. It's probably it's what it is.
Oh, it's only at this point that it feels quick. That's why, like, were you reading along when he was reciting it?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, when you're reading, maybe try and break it up because there's no punctuation. So your brain will kind of have to do that yourself. But you'll get like you'll get better at this, breaking it into fragments. Okay, this one.
إن هو إلا رجل به جنة فتربصوا به حتى حين.
And it's totally fine to cheat, like as in if you knew what the sentence meant and you guessed it by just a few keywords, that's totally fine. That's kind of the aim at this point. So did this one make sense? Or what are the keywords here that can give you a clue of what is happening?
إلا رجل. Like you know that he's being talked about, like just a man.
Yeah. And then jinna, bihi jinna, like he's possessed. Like with a jinn, and he's just gone mad. And then this one, fatarabbusu, is like difficult, but hatta heen is like
For a while.
For a while, exactly. So it's like just leave him to be, for a while, or just bear with him for a while, things like that. So fatarabbasu could be anything like here. It says bear with him or wait or something, and your brain will automatically fill in the gap. Okay, try the next one.
قال رب انصرني بما كذبون.
Got it? Good.
فأوحينا إليه أن اصنع الفلك بأعيننا ووحينا فإذا جاء أمرنا وفارت النور فاسلك فيها من كل زوجين اثنين وأهلك إلا من سبق عليه القول منهم ولا تخاطبني في الذين ظلموا إنهم مغرقون فإذا استويت.
This one is quite long.
Yeah, like for me, so it's just because I remember the verse. So like I understood, like for example, anisna'i. I don't know the word, but I just remember it was something, like if I meet this word another place, I will not remember, but because it is with fulk.
Yeah.
And it's Nuh alayhi salam, and Allah saying like they construct the ship, and then for example, and then I don't get this, but this wafarat an-nur, but I remember it as the translation says something with floating onto the floating water comes, but I don't know what it means.
So farat, like the oven burst, but I always like in my head, a lot of the translation is imagery actually,
Yeah.
So when farat tanur comes, it'll be like, okay, when the flood erupts or when something, but it's gonna be like an eruption suddenly. So
yeah,
even though I wouldn't have remembered exactly what the translation is, but you understood the meaning because of the image is there.
Yes, exactly, because this is the verse about Nuh alayhi salam constructing the ship, and then oh God, I didn't understand it, and this mean actually this, the part that I didn't understand, and then you remember.
Exactly. Yeah, that is exactly the process. So you're understanding the meaning without knowing the Arabic. That's what I mean.
Yes,
Okay. So,
yeah, that is true.
This one, the next bit, first look fi min kulli zawjayn.
Yes, like with the zawjayn ithnain, I just know it was like the pairs of everything.
Yeah.
Right? Like animals and other thing.
Yeah.
And ahlak, and like within your family.
Yeah.
And then illa man sabaqa alayhi al-qawlu minhum.
Yeah.
Get that. But it has something like it is the disbelievers basically, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But something like they come in front of with the word of God or something like, but I'm not sure.
The word of God precedes sabaqa alayhi al-qawl, like the word of God has preceded them, and it's the punishment, it's the decree.
Okay, see, I was totally out of it. I don't know.
No,
I was like, okay,
you were close. So the word of God precedes them that they will be amongst innahum mughraqun, they will be drowned. And this one, wala tukhatibni fil ladhina zalamu.
I didn't get that one. Like I think I got it up until that point.
So tukhatibni is from, can you guess the root word?
Khatibni.
Khitab.
Khitab.
Like a speech.
Khitab. Khitab, like don't
like khutbah.
Talk to me. Sorry?
Yeah.
Khutbah?
Yeah, khutbah is a speech, and then I think in Turkey, what were you gonna say, Berivan?
Like don't hitap etmek like is like referring to or speaking, like, you know, I can't explain it in English. It's just so so for example, if I make hitap to you,
Yeah.
like I am talking to, like, not talking, but I'm like,
Are you asking for something?
yeah, like I'm addressing you.
Okay. Yeah, so it's basically that. Yeah, do not address
Okay.
تخاطبني, you address me. So don't you address me في الذين ظلموا, about those who have done wrong.
But what does it address mean in English? Like, is it like
what you just said, like talking or
okay, perfect. Okay, good. Come on.
So إنهم مغرقون, they will be drowned. And this is like basically, so God knew that Noah is going to plead with him about his son. So that's what this is about, like a
Okay.
plead with me as about those who. Okay, then.
أنت ومن معك على الفلك فقل الحمد لله الذي نجانا من القوم الظالمين.
So it cut out the fa, but so I remember explaining the إذا استويت, and I like when I was explaining the verse, I was like, you don't actually need to remember this word because على الفلك gives you that. أنت ومن معك, is that? Did you catch that?
So you and whoever's with you, or those with you.
And then على الفلك,
on the ark, on the ship.
Yeah. So it's talking about like once you've boarded the ship, then فقل.
And say alhamdulillah. I couldn't remember what najana means.
But can you guess, even without knowing the word?
So it's something about like from the wrongdoing people, so like taken us away, removed us, or saved us, or something.
Exactly, that's it. Najana is saved.
Exactly, subhanallah.
So see what I mean by
That
the
is
word
the
dab by itself? Because you knew min, right? Min is from, so it's gonna be what, like away from or saved from, you know? So cool, yeah.
Oh, subhanallah.
Okay.
وقل رب أنزلني منزلا مباركا وأنت خير المنزلين. وقل رب
Okay. This one. You get it? Both of you? Perfect.
Yeah, that was fine.
أنزلني منزلا مباركا وأنت خير المنزلين. إن في ذلك لآيات وإن كنا لمبتلين.
Okay. Did you get this one?
Yeah, like the mubtaleen, I wouldn't remember in another context, but I remember in this verse that it is saying like we're amongst those who test. Just because of this verse, I remember the translation.
Good. Good.
That's like, oh yeah, I remember, like Allah says ayat, and yeah.
That's perfect. That's exactly what is gonna work, like help so much. Okay.
ثم أنشأنا من بعدهم قرنا آخرين.
Well, good.
Yeah, although remind me what anshatna is again?
Produced or created.
Okay.
So from Nashna. And then qarnan akharin. Understood, yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
فأرسلنا فيهم رسولا منهم أن اعبدوا الله ما لكم أفلا تتقون.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What's the tricky bit?
I don't know. I'm just struggling with the grammar a bit. Like, I know what. I mean, actually, I think I know what every word means. Yeah, I know what every word means individually. So first, I know we sent to the fihim within them Rasul, prophet. Minhum an i'budullaha. So, like, so is he saying? Like, he's saying the prophet is saying that.
Yeah.
How do we know that?
From the because is like that. So then it says we sent amongst them messengers that. So it's kind of like fill in the gap, that said or that declared. And also like in
Wait,
Arabic.
I didn't get that. Can you say that again? From what you could see?
The an-i'budullah. So that you worship Allah.
Oh, okay. I didn't see in that. Okay.
So they were saying that.
It's that gap, I think, that that I missed.
So this an in Arabic is used with that, like saying that or declaring that or so that.
Okay.
أفلا تتقون.
Yeah, that's fine.
وقال الملأ من قومه الذين كفروا وكذبوا بلقاء الآخرة وأترفناهم في الحياة الدنيا ما هذا إلا بشر مثلكم يأكل مما تأكلون منه ويشرب مما تشربون.
Okay, this was long.
I got that. The only bit I didn't get was from وَأَتْرَفْنَاهُمْ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا.
Okay, yeah, this one.
The rest of it's fine.
So أترفناهم في الحياة الدنيا is like who we had spoiled in this life of the dunya, as in they had all the luxuries and everything. Spoiled with luxuries is kind of like أترفناهم.
Okay.
But like even if you don't get that, but the rest of it is clear, so we're still above the 70% mark, so that's still pretty good for now. It's your first surah, like, so but still understanding 70%, so that's good. So you guys got this way, like ya'kulu mimma ta'kulun and yashrabu mimma tashrabun, yeah? Okay, very good. That was good.
ولئن أطعتم بشرا مثلكم إنكم إذا لخاسرون.
Okay, this has a lot of sort of filler words. أطعتم and basharum mislukum, then lakhasirun. Keywords. Ata'at, do you remember what that is? From Samirna wa Ata'na?
Oh, we hear no bit.
And Ati'u Allah wa Rasulah? Oh, okay, you said it. Sorry, I didn't hear. And then so bashara mithlakum, yeah, human like you, la khasirun. Then it's like you can guess sort of. They're saying innakum la khasirun. Then you would be a loser if you were gonna look at it, just a normal human like you. Then
أيعدكم أنكم إذا متم وكنتم ترابا وعظاما أنكم مخرجون.
I got that. until the last word. I couldn't. مخرجون.
From kharaj or kharaj, khuruj.
Kharaj is to exit, right?
So yukhraj, mukhrajun, that you will be exited, as in from the earth. Kharaj, to remove as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And turabun wa idama was fine. And then ayaridukum was fine. From like wa'da. Yeah. So ayaridukum, does he promise you idha mittum, when you have died, and turabun wa idaman annakum mukhrajun. Okay.
هيهات هيهات لما توعدون.
This bit Irfan was saying in the beginning.
I don't, yeah. I mean, I remember the translation, but
Yeah, so that's fine.
but I don't
What
see
else do you want, girl?
like, but I know I'll forget this, like, well, I probably forget the other things, but actually my concern is like, so I get, like, I see the point, like, so when I'm seeing the words and then when it's recited, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, okay, I see the words and, you know, connect them, and oh my God, this is the verse. And but what about if you, like, for example, the imam recites and you don't have any book, and you know, like, you don't have the visualization.
You'll get to it. Baby steps, right? So the
Baby
first
steps,
step,
yeah, okay.
like, so
Baby steps, Derma.
yeah. So this is the first time. So the first time you will absolutely have to get the book. So not using any visual aid, that is like quite advanced then, that you just hear it and
Yeah, okay. I'm
so
harsh.
that, yeah. So right now this is okay, let's do one more and then I have to go. So did you get this then? Hayhat, hayhat.
So does it mean far are they from what is promised to them?
Yeah, and it's
Is
just
that
a way
correct? Understood?
yeah, so that's the translation, but what is the meaning? It's like, oh, that's far-fetched, or oh, that's impossible. Like far, their claim is so, you know, impossible, and it's so far-fetched.
So their claim is impossible.
As in the claim that, like, does he promise you that once you're dead, you'll be brought forth?
Oh,
that's impossible. Lima tu'adun, that's an impossibility.
So they are saying this.
The disbelievers, yeah.
Oh wow, okay. Okay. I thought that Allah just said to them, like you are so far of what I have promised you, like as like I promised Jannah al-Firdaus to everyone, but you're so far from that.
I see what you mean. Yeah, no, this is a whole conversation. This and this, and the next line also is being uttered by the disbelievers.
إن هي إلا حياتنا الدنيا نموت ونحيا وما نحن بمبعوثين.
Yeah.
Get it? So, إلا حياتنا الدنيا, and like نموت ونحيا, we live, وما نحن بمبعوثين, and we won't be resurrected. So that made sense, yeah?
Yeah, I just forgot what Maburathin was, but yeah.
Okay. From Ba'ath, like Yawm al-Ba'ath, etc.
إن هو إلا رجل افترى على الله كذبا وما نحن له بمؤمنين.
Did you guys get that?
قال رب انصرني بما كذبون.
This one is a repetition, so you got it right? Okay.
قال عما قليل ليصبحن نادمين.
So this might be a bit tricky.
Yeah, this one I had a problem with, but I like again, it's the words. I don't know. For example, I remember something that yusbahu means like it's come from subh, like from the morning, but in this context, it has to do something, just wait for a specific amount of time and he will reveal himself, a kind of thing. So that's the thing I remember.
حتى حين, that was the يتربصن or something like that. فتربصوا به حتى حين, leave him alone for a while.
Yeah.
So this is different. This is another one. This one
But
is,
isn't it the same? Like, that's what I
no,
remember.
nadimin means regretful. It's like
Okay, then I'm totally okay.
yeah, so this is God saying amma qalil, like soon, in a short time, qalil layusbihunna nadimin, they will wake up regretful, like they will become regretful.
Yeah.
Okay, then
فأخذتهم الصيحة بالحق فجعلناهم غثاء فبعدا للقوم الظالمين.
okay, this one.
Yeah, I remember it because of the context. So
Hmm.
I know what it says, but otherwise.
What?
Sorry?
Which is what? Just say so that I know that, like,
Yeah,
you're
yes. So
understanding the
is
right
it
one.
that Allah Azza wa Jal sees them with some kind of like some kind of blast, big
Yeah.
sound, and they will be to nothing. And
Hmm.
then like I remember that word. So away with the nation of Al-Zalimin.
Good.
But the rest, it was just, just remember that what understand.
The only thing is the tense, it's talking in past tense. So فأخذتهم الصيحة, the blast overtook them. بالحق فجعلناهم غثاء, and we made them into rubble or nothing. غثاء. So it's talking about the past because it's talking about one of the previous nations. What is that? Probably Noor, I think so, or one of the ones.
It was after Nuh, right?
Yeah, I can't remember what. Okay, then.
ثم أنشأنا من بعدهم قرونا آخرين.
So, yeah. قرون آخرين, like, so even if you just focus on قرون آخرين and ثم, it's just like, yeah, then next generations, right? So that would be like the keywords. So we know this ayah is talking about, okay, then there were the next generations. Then
ما تسبق من أمة أجلها وما يستأخرون.
This is also one of the verses I actually don't get.
So do you recognize any of the words?
Yeah, it's like sabaqa is forefront, ummah is a nation, ajalaha, their ajal, or the ajal.
The time.
And then that's kind of.
And يستأخرون is from تأخر, تأخير, which means late, delayed.
Okay.
So it's saying ما تسبق cannot like precede أمة أجلها, its time, like a nation its أجل. وما, and neither يستأخرون, delay, like no nation can like advance their time or delay it. That it was very precise timing.
Okay.
Got it? You too, Awa?
Yeah, I think like for me in the beginning, I guess before, but now it's like just that juxtaposition between like the tasbiq and the yes that akhir, that's like because it can't either be too early or too late. Yeah, but I get it.
Very good. And one of the keywords would be ajal, because it's talking about the time or the degree. So this is like the time for destruction. Okay.
ثم أرسلنا رسلنا تترى كلما جاء أمة رسولها كذبوه فأتبعنا بعضهم بعضا وجعلناهم أحاديث فبعدا لقوم لا يؤمنون.
Yeah, I think like I know. Yes, I had problems with the فَتْبَعْنَا بَعْضُهُمْ بَعْضًا. So kind of like, so Allah Azza wa Jal sent them, you know, a rusul with succession. I just remember the translation. I don't know what succession means in English.
Yeah, tetra.
That's the thing. It's like I forgot to look. Sorry?
The tetra bit is succession.
Yeah, exactly. I know tetra means succession, but I don't know what succession means in English.
Oh, so it's like one after another.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like they succeeded, you know, then another
Yeah.
came, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really.
You remember the translation without knowing what the translation means. Oh, that's funny. Oh, wow.
And then I know it has like what كلما جاء أمة, and they something with all of the messengers were denied from all of the nations.
Yeah, so it's like kullama. Kulla is like all.
All of them, yeah, right.
Kullama together means every time. You know, Ja'a came Ummat Rasuluha to a nation, its messenger, Rasuluha, its messenger, Kadhabu, they denied him.
Yeah, I see.
Then,
okay. And then فَتْبَعْنَا بَعْضُهُمْ بَعْضًا.
So this, you remember our
after another or side by side?
Or one after another. Ba'dahum ba'dah. This is one of those phrases that we remembered. Remember, like ba'dahum ba'dah? Remember? It's okay. And then وَجَعَلْنَاهُمْ أَحَادِيث.
Yeah, and they become like you know, a hadith, like an event, like to learn from, I guess what it means.
Yeah, a lesson or a story.
A lesson, yeah, exactly.
Then فَبُعْدًا لِلْقَوْمِ الظَّالِمِينَ.
Yeah, I get that.
ثم أرسلنا موسى وأخاه هارون بآياتنا وسلطان مبين.
This is straightforward, right? Musa, Harun, like even those keywords, and arsalna, okay, we sent.
إلى فرعون وملئه فاستكبروا وكانوا قوما عالين.
This one?
Yeah.
I guess I like understand the meaning overall, but I think the word alin, yeah, but I mean I get what they're saying, but yeah, don't really recognize the word alin.
In your mind, what do you feel there, like when you don't understand a word?
Okay, so إلى فرعون وملئه فاستكبروا وكانوا قوما. So it definitely is a bad connotation, because if they're doing like فاستكبروا is like they're being like something to do with kind of being oppressive and like wrongdoers and arrogant and all of that, but yeah.
And then alin is like from a'la, like most high, so like superior. So again, more like, yeah, they were trying to be superior and trying to be like tyrannical and oppressive and all that. They were a tyrannical nation. قوم عالين. And then
فقالوا أنؤمن لبشرين مثلنا وقومهما لنا عابدون.
Do you understand the question? Like anu'minu is like question form.
Mm.
Should we believe in basharaini mithlina, two humans like us? This part, did you get وَقَوْمُهُمَا لَنَا عَابِدُونَ?
Yeah, and their nation, for us, they are slaves.
Exactly.
Or to us, they are slaves.
كذبوهما فكانوا من المهلكين.
Also straightforward, right?
Yeah, Helek is destroyed, right?
Yeah. And كذبوهما. So they
Yeah.
denied them, and so they were halak destroyed.
ولقد آتينا.
Oh, sorry. Keep going.
No, I got it wrong, but now I see it. Yes, yeah, now I see.
Awa, you were saying something?
No.
Oh, okay.
موسى الكتاب لعلهم يهتدون.
Yeah, easy.
Mm.
You know, آتينا موسى الكتاب, really easy, and then لعلهم يهتدون, so that they are يهتدون, guided.
وجعلنا ابن مريم وأمه آية وآويناهما إلى ربوة ذات قرار ومعين.
This one, this one I kind of had a hard time with. So with Maryam alayhi salam and Isa alayhi salam being a sign, وَآوَيْنَاهُمَا. So they are Wayna.
Awayna is from...
Awayna.
Ow, is your name with that? Awa.
No, my name is Hawa. It's like from Adam.
Oh. So in
Yeah.
English it's spelled AWA?
No, it's because back home a lot of the Arabic names we've sort of like somehow transformed. But yeah.
So in daily, like, should we call you Hawa? Hawa.
I there's like one person who calls me that, but yeah, no, everyone else just calls me Awa because that's what I do.
What's up, Hawa?
Hawa, that's so nice. Eve. Oh my god. Okay, so وَآوَيْنَاهُمَا إِلَى رَبْوَةٍ. So suppose you didn't know what آوَيْنَاهُمَا is, fine.
So
maybe you can guess from Rabwa and Qarar wa Ma'in.
Qararin is a place. Ma'in, something with.
No, so Qarar is like rest, a peaceful resting place. Qarar. Dhati Qarar, so it means of peaceful or of rest. Okay, so it's describing the place. Rabwa is like a high ground, like a plateau or something. So an elevated place. So they were in an elevated place, Dhati Qarar, of rest, of like suitable for rest, and Wamareen, flowing water. And so Awaynahuma is like we settled them there, we gave them refuge there.
Yeah, this one is a hard one.
Yeah, but it's okay. Again, like 70% is fine. So keywords would be Rabwa, Dhati Qararin wa Ma'in. So Awaynahuma, if it's difficult, that's fine. Then
يا أيها الرسل كلوا من الطيبات واعملوا صالحا إني بما تعملون عليم.
this one.
Yeah.
So beautiful. So kulu min at-tayyibat, eat from the good things and do good deeds. And ar-rusul is plural. Did you catch that? So ya ayyuha rusul, O messengers. Yeah.
I just remembered the translation. I was like, oh, that's the worst.
And then inni bima ta'maluna alim is that, I am of what you do, knowing, yeah. Okay. Then.
إن هذه أمتكم أمة واحدة وأنا ربكم فاتقون.
First one.
Yeah.
So ummatukum ummatan wahida. So your nation or your creed, your religion, ummatan wahida, one ummah, one religion. And ana rabbukum, I'm your Lord. Fattaqun, so be conscious of me. Yeah.
فتقطعوا أمرهم بينهم زبرا كل حزب بما لديهم فرحون فذرهم في.
Oops. This one.
This is also like, actually this page is where I really had troubles.
That's okay. That's how you learn. Remember, like qata.
So I know like amrahum, bainahum, bainahum, bayina. No, it's not.
No. Bainahum, baina means among them. Bainahum.
Among them.
Zubura, like different groups, different sects, different parties. Then kullu hizb bima ladayhim farih.
Hezbollah, I know, yeah, that's group.
Yeah, so every group bima ladayhim, with what is with them. Ladayhim, like remember ladayna, ladaykum, we did that. Ladayna meaning with us. And farihun is like farah, happiness, joy, etc. So this whole verse is like, so it's linked to the previous one, where the previous one is saying that this religion is one religion, this nation is one nation, and then the next verse is like, but then people divided it into different groups, different sects. Then every group became very joyful with what they had, like they thought, oh, that we've got the right one, blah blah blah, etc.
Oh my god, this is so much the state of our.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
incredible, subhanallah. Like in a sad way, incredible. You know?
Yeah. So they divide into various different groups, and then every group. So then it says,
في غمرتهم حتى حين.
so it's حتى حين is the key word. You could probably guess from ذرهم, just, well, even غمرتهم is like,
Ghamra is like being lost.
yes, or heedless, or
Yeah, so their lostness, loses.
yeah, heedless.
My English, seriously.
Heedlessness.
So
ذرهم.
the heedlessness, heedlessness for specific for a certain time, like until a time. That's the thing. فذرهم ذر.
You might not remember this word. Like, I never remember this word. I only remember it like in the context, like فذرهم في غمرتهم, just leave them in their heedlessness.
Okay.
At for a while. All good with you, Awa?
Yeah. Yeah, I think like it took me a while to recognize Amra, but yeah, now I kind of get it. It means confusion and kind of that.
يحسبون أنما نمدهم به من مال وبنين نسارع لهم في الخيرات بل لا يشعرون.
So this is linked. That's why I played both of them together. Just pick out keywords, only keywords, and try and guess what it means. So مال وبنين.
Wealth and children.
Yeah. أيحسبون.
Does they like account something?
Yeah, do they think?
Do they think?
Do they think wealth and children? Then نسارع لهم في الخيرات. نسارع, like surah, sarir was what?
Hasty.
Or quick, yeah. So inna Allah sari'ul hisab, verily God is swift in accounting. So nusari'u lahum fil khairat, that we speed up for them the good things, al khairat. So it's a question, do they think, that with the wealth and children that we've given them, annama numidduhum, like numiddu is like extending or multiplying their wealth and children. So do they think just because we've given them all this wealth and children that we are speeding up the good things for them? بَلْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. No, they don't know. They don't understand. That basically God is testing them with it, and it's not it. Just having all that doesn't mean that God is automatically happy with them. It's a test and stuff. Do you get, like, make sense? Yeah. Okay, last one.
إن الذين هم من خشية ربهم مشفقون والذين هم بآيات ربهم يؤمنون.
Okay, that was two because I couldn't press the pause button. So now we're back in the format of the beginning of the surah. So إن الذين هم من خشية ربهم مشفقون. So khashya.
I got everything except for the shafaqa. That's one I didn't got.
So mushfiqun is like here that they are tremble or they are overwhelmed with the khashiyati rabbihim, in awe of their Rabb.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay.
Makes sense. And then وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ بِآيَاتِ رَبِّهِمْ يُؤْمِنُونَ.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's enough for today. So I know you're revising what we've already covered, but I would say that revise ahead as well, because with this it's fine. Like, again, you don't have to bring yourself to 100%. We have to get through this so that we can move on to the next one, because like at this point, the more you do, the more you'll learn anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's not about 100% right now, because like even with 70% if you don't know one or two words, you still understand the main meaning, right? So that's like the main aim right now, and you'll gradually just get better as we do more and you learn more words anyway and you build vocabulary.
Yeah.
Okay.
والذين يؤتون ما آتوا وقلوبهم وجلة أنهم إلى ربهم راجعون.
So keywords would be yu'tuna, give. Then قلوبهم وجلة, something about their heart, some feeling that أنهم إلى ربهم راجعون, like returning to their Lord. So some kind of, it'll be humility or fear or consciousness, in the heart. So that would be like the keywords over here.
You remind us what yu'tuna was?
Yu'tuna is like give. So from Atu Zakat, for example.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there another word like with the same word as wajila?
Wajila, I think because it's an adjective, it won't have those like forms. But let me check. Let's play the next one in the meantime.
أولئك يسارعون في الخيرات وهم لها سابقون. ولا نكلف.
Okay, this one, يسارعون في الخيرات. So Sari, I think we did Sari or something before as well. So they are the ones who haste towards good, and they are sabiq, so first and foremost, always taking the lead. Then
نفسا إلا وسعها ولدينا كتاب ينطق بالحق وهم لا يظلمون.
so لا نكلف نفسا إلا وسعها. This is quite common phrase, right? And then لدينا كتاب, with us is a book. بالحق. So even if you don't know what ينطق means, it's like بالحق, you can guess the, a book of truth. And وهم لا يظلمون, they won't be dealt with unjustly.
What was yantiq again?
So yantiq means speaking or saying, talking. So here it's talking about like the book which speaks the truth.
Okay.
So here it's not talking about the Quran being the book, it's like everyone's record of deeds.
Record.
Yeah.
بل قلوبهم في غمرة من هذا ولهم أعمال من دون ذلك هم لها عاملون.
غمرة. قلوبهم من غمرة. What was غمرة last time? So, do you remember?
Like confusion.
Confusion, yeah. So قلوبهم في غمرة. Their hearts are in confusion. من هذا, for this. And then أعمال من دون ذلك. They have deeds. من دون ذلك, apart from this. Or like besides this. As in besides. So they've opposite to this. Like all the stuff that was mentioned previously, like the good stuff that you have to do. So it's opposite from that. So was that like, are you guys understanding while it's being recited? Okay. And you're reading, right? You can read alongside for now.
حتى إذا أخذنا مترفيهم بالعذاب إذا هم يجأرون.
Okay, this one. مترفيهم, did anyone get? Even though it's not a keyword, the keyword here would be like أخذنا بالعذاب. And مترفيهم, do you remember أترفناهم? I gave them all the luxuries and spoiled them. So mutrafihim is like they're elite or they're like people of luxury. And then yaj'arun, I usually don't remember what yaj'arun means until I read the next verse. So maybe let's see if that works.
تجأروا اليوم إنكم منا لا تنصرون.
So that's likely, is that a bit clearer? Or any hint to what taj'aru is?
Just like to cry for help.
Yeah. So لا تجأروا اليوم, don't cry today. إنكم لا تنصرون, like suppose you don't, if it goes by really fast and you don't capture it, then إنكم لا تنصرون, you will not be helped or saved. تنصرون from نصر. And
قد كانت آياتي تتلى عليكم فكنتم على أعقابكم تنكصون.
So this one. So the main one here would be this phrase, which is quite easy, like قد كانت آياتي, verily my verses تتلى عليكم but, فكنتم, but you, and then you automatically know that the next half is going to be something like but you denied it or something, and effectively على أعقابكم تنكصون, like you turned away on your heels, تنكصون, which I never remember the meaning of, but here it says like in disgust. So but you understand the meaning of it just by the first phrase.
What was tutla?
Tutla is like from yutla or utlu al-Quran, reading. So tutla is like recited alaykum on you. But even if you didn't pick this, then ayati alaykum, like verses, on you or to you.
Yeah.
Then
مستكبرين به سامرا تهجرون.
so mustakbirin are probably the key word here.
Is it from kibr?
Yeah. So
So pride.
You were too proudful, etc. And then Samirun Tahjurun is like a phrase. That's how I always remember it, like just babbling nonsense and just saying useless things and useless arguments and debates and whatnot, and just being prideful. You see a lot today, actually.
أفلم يدبروا القول أم جاءهم ما لم يأت آباءهم الأولين.
You guys tell me the keywords that helped you understand it.
يدبرون القول. To do tadabbur on the word.
Then the second bit.
آباؤهم الأولين.
Yeah, and
something about
like did something come to them? Didn't come before.
أم لم يعرفوا رسولهم فهم له منكرون.
And this one?
I mean, I guess it's also another question, sort of like, or did they not know their messenger? So they.
And yarifu means to like recognize or to know. And then munkirun, denying, but even if you don't get this part, like the essence of the verse is understood. Like, did they not recognize their like messenger? Is that why that they're not believing in this? Or
أم يقولون به جنة بل جاءهم بالحق وأكثرهم للحق كارهون.
this one. So do they say in them is a jinn, like is he insane? It's still continuing with the all the questions, and then it answers them that no, بل جاءهم بالحق. So this one is a phrase, he's come with the truth, and وأكثرهم للحق كارهون. كارهون from like kariha, which is like hatred. So they are they have hatred towards the truth. أكثرهم, the majority of them.
ولو اتبع الحق أهواءهم لفسدت السماوات والأرض ومن فيهن بل أتيناهم بذكرهم فهم عن ذكرهم معرضون.
One's a bit long. So someone translate it. How about you, Ella? You translate it, what you comprehended while it was being recited.
Yeah. So it's saying if the truth had followed their hawa, like their whims, certainly the skies and the earth would have been corrupted. وَمِن فِيهِنَّ, and everything in them. Bal, no, or kind of instead, آتَيْنَاهُمْ, we gave them بِذِكْرِهِمْ, the reminder, so they, عن ذِكْرِهِمْ, we gave them their reminder.
Yeah.
basically they mu'ridun, they turn away from the reminder.
Yeah, good job.
أم تسألهم خرجا فخراج ربك خير وهو خير الرازقين وإن
The kharja, remember how we said like it is linked to kharja, or like kharja being an Urdu word, not Arabic, as in expense or something. So tas'alum kharja, do you ask them for like payment or something? But the payment or like the reward of your Lord is better, and He's the best provider. So, as in, like, it's not like the Prophet is asking them for anything in response to them believing, etc.
إنك لتدعوهم إلى صراط مستقيم.
So this tad'uhum from nad'u and du'a, which means call or cry, to the sirat al-mustaqim, which is
وإن الذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة عن الصراط لناكبون.
لا يؤمنون بالآخرة عن الصراط, from the path. I remember explaining this, like, remember that even if you don't know what the last word is, you can guess what would they do from the straight path.
Yeah.
Deviate, right? So عن الصراط لناكبون. I remember you saying it about, I'm guessing.
ولو رحمناهم وكشفنا ما بهم من ضر للجوا في طغيانهم يعمهون.
This one?
Yeah, we sort of had mercy on them and removed whatever was causing them harm. They would have persisted in the dughyan, like rebellion, and I don't remember Ya'mahun. Is it like
It's like Arma meaning blindly. Is like wandering blindly.
ولقد أخذناهم بالعذاب فما استكانوا لربهم وما يتضرعون.
This one's a bit tricky because of the famastakanu and yatabarra'un aren't really familiar words. The first bit I'm sure you got وَلَقَدْ أَخَذْنَاهُم بِالْعَذَابِ, right? So famastakanu is like, but they never humbled themselves, nor did they like turn to Him or yatabarra'un or beseech Him or appeal to Him, etc. So this one I usually, because they're such difficult words in my head, they're usually just associated with this verse. As in, I kind of just know because of the wording in Arabic what it would mean in English. But if someone was to ask me, oh, what does yatadlarraun, I wouldn't really know. Or if what mustaqam means, I wouldn't know. But in the context of this verse, it makes sense. And just through like repeatedly coming across it.
حتى إذا فتحنا عليهم بابا ذا عذاب شديد إذا هم فيه مبلسون.
No, I think it's easy like until so like the fatahna bab, open the door, adab and shadid, lots of adab. Then idahum fihi mublisun, probably mublisun. Sometimes you're like, oh, what does that mean? And it's like it's actually translated in a variety of ways in different places. Sometimes it means like they'll be confused or upset or something, and here it says they'll be utterly desperate. So yeah. It's more of like a concept rather than a translation. And in my mind, it's visual. It's more visual.
وهو الذي أنشأ لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون.
This one's easy, right? Good.
وهو الذي ذرأكم في الأرض وإليه تحشرون.
And this one? ذرأكم في الأرض. What did he do? He dispersed us all over the earth. And إليه تحشرون, which means what? تحشر, حشر, from gathering. So it's like an opposite, like, so he dispersed you in the land and to him you'll be gathered. So he has the ability to do both. Then
وهو الذي يحيي ويميت وله اختلاف الليل والنهار أفلا تعقلون.
this one, yeah, ليل ونهار, like the changing of day and night. أفلا تعقلون.
بل قالوا مثل ما قال الأولون.
Easy, right? مثله ما قاله.
قالوا أإذا متنا وكنا ترابا وعظاما أإنا لمبعوثون.
They say أإذا متنا, when we've died, وكنا ترابا وعظاما, which is like dust and bones. أإنا لمبعوثون, مبعوثون from بعث, and يوم البعث, another word for resurrection. So they say, okay. Then
لقد وعدنا نحن وآباؤنا هذا من قبل إن هذا إلا أساطير الأولين.
so this one. وعدنا, right? Promise.
Yeah. Promise.
And then من قبل, we were promises from before, and then أساطير الأولين, from like stories of the old. So you see how you can pick out like 4 words and still understand the whole verse.
قل لمن الأرض ومن فيها إن كنتم تعلمون.
Wow, I love how he recited it with some emotion. So now, yeah, liman al-ard, for whom or to whom is, the earth and everyone in it, if you are to know.
سيقولون لله قل أفلا تذكرون. قل
سيقولون لله, they will say God, then say, oh, won't you remember? Well, remember how when we were learning this, I was like, these are really powerful, and they always really recite it with a lot of emotion and power, and you see that coming now. You just watch. I don't think I've heard him recite this in particular, so I'm curious to see how.
من رب السماوات السبع ورب العرش العظيم سيقولون لله قل أفلا تتقون. قل من بيده ملكوت كل شيء وهو يجير ولا يجار عليه إن كنتم تعلمون. سيقولون لله قل فأنا تسحرون.
So did you get everything from here? The يجير ولا يجار عليه as well?
Yeah.
Good. And then تسحرون from sihr, so bewitched, or here it's translated as deluded, but it's more like, so what kind of spell are you under that you can't see that?
بل أتيناهم بالحق وإنهم لكاذبون.
Atayna from Ati or Utu. So we brought them the truth.
ما اتخذ الله من ولد وما كان معه من إله إذا لذهب كل إله بما خلق ولعلى بعضهم على بعض سبحان الله عما يصفون.
This one, I guess the first part is okay, like مَتَّخَذَ اللَّهُ مِنْ وَلَدٍ, and then وَمَا كَانَ مَعَهُ مِنْ إِلَهٍ, there isn't with him another God. This one, إِذَا لَذَهَبَ, like, do you get this one? لَذَهَبَ, like they would leave بِمَا خَلَقْ, with what they created, like they would have taken away, and وَلَعَلَى, like ala meaning superior, so ba'duhum ala ba'd, like one another, so they would have tried to overcome one another or be superior to one another, all the different gods. And then subhanallahi amma yasifun, glory be to him above what they claim.
عالم الغيب والشهادة فتعالى عما يشركون.
So alim, this is easy, right? And ta'ala amma yushrikun, so he's far above what they associate with him.
قل رب إما تريني ما يوعدون.
Imma turiyani, slightly difficult form of the word, but it's basically from ra'a, like, and nara, like to show. Ra'a can be to see as well, but you can change the format and it becomes to show as well, to make someone see. So here it's قُل رَبِّي, say, O my Lord, if you were to show me ma yu'adun, what they have been promised, as in hellfire, and
رب فلا تجعلني في القوم الظالمين.
then my Lord, don't make me of those who are the قوم الظالمين.
وإنا على أن نريك ما نعدهم لقادرون. وإن رب فلا وإن.
Sorry. So this one, do you get that?
This is a response to the other one, sort of like that God is saying that indeed, like He's capable of showing him what is promised to them.
Exactly. So ala, and then laqadirun is like able, and then ala on what? An nuriyaka ma na'iduhum, to show you ma na'iduhum, what we have promised them. Yeah. Should I continue for the next 3 minutes because we started later? Does anyone need to leave?
Yeah, go for it. I can do 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But then I have to leave after that. Yeah.
Okay.
على أن ادفع بالتي هي أحسن السيئة نحن أعلم بما يصفون.
I didn't get that one.
So, this, like, I always remember as a common phrase, like, idfa' billati hiya ahsan. So respond with what is best. As-sayyi'ah, the evil. So basically respond evil with what is best. Nahnu a'lam, we know what they claim.
وقل رب أعوذ بك من همزات الشياطين.
Yeah, I seek refuge in you. أعوذ بك من همزات الشياطين, the whisperings of the devil.
وأعوذ بك رب أن يحضرون. حتى
يحضرون meaning come near. So I seek refuge in you that they come near to me. And then this last one.
إذا جاء أحدهم الموت قال رب ارجعون.
So إذا جاء أحدهم الموت, when maut comes to anyone, then they say ارجعون رب ارجعون, oh God, return me to life. So wow, we did 40 verses. So the reason I was so tempted to keep going was because I was like, oh my gosh, can we actually finish it? But it's okay, we'll finish it next time. But amazing job, mashallah. And you might have noticed this and like it refers to that or something like here as well. Ala an nuriyaka, that. So it's kind of like a linker word.
Mm.
And then
حتى إذا جاء أحدهم الموت قال رب ارجعون لعلي
this one, the first one.
With verses like this, like I know all of the words, I know all of the vocab, but I think it's the grammar that when I'm actually listening to it, I'm not putting the grammar into place.
So I think what helps at this stage is instead of focusing like on the grammar, if you focus on like the trying to get the whole meaning from just the words, using almost context clues, because grammar is harder to pick, so it will slow you down. So I think that's what like the constantly repeating it will help with, because then your grammar will automatically come. But what will come first is like just knowing what the verse is saying, just because you've read it so many times. And so as soon as you notice those exact words, your brain will be like, oh, I already know what it means. And then it will grasp the grammar slowly and slowly as you go. So here it's like until حتى إذا جاء, until موت, then they say turn me back or take me back. لعلي
أعمل صالحا فيما تركت كلا إنها كلمة هو قائلها ومن ورائهم برزخ إلى يوم يبعثون.
Okay, this was very long, so I would understand if you got lost in this. How was it? Did you get it, Awa? I think Hiba's reading it.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine for me.
No problem?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. How about you, Hiba?
The first bit is fine, and then I got a bit lost. كلا إنها كلمة هو قائلها. I couldn't remember what was قائلها.
Just like from qul, or that he just says it. So it's like innaha kalima, it's just a word, huwa qailuha, that they are saying.
Okay.
And then wa min waraihim barzakh, like behind them or beyond them is the barzakh ila yawmi yub'athun, until the day of judgment. And barzakh is that barrier. Okay.
فإذا نفخ في الصور فلا أنساب بينهم يومئذ ولا يتساءلون.
Okay, this one.
Ansaba is the one that I
Same.
didn't remember.
So from nasab, which means like blood relations. So it means like kinship. It's another word for kinship. That to nufikha fi sur, فإذا نفخ في الصور, when trumpet is blown, there won't be any kinship between them that day, nor will they be asked. So next time you revise like these bits, so just focus on keywords. So for this verse, the keyword that would maybe like trigger your memory is just the nufikha fi sur, what's gonna happen, trumpet, then la ansab, and then la yatasaalun. So it'll like trigger your memory. Then
فمن ثقلت موازينه فأولئك هم المفلحون.
so this one.
Yeah.
ثقلت موازينه. Okay, good. Then,
ومن خفت موازينه فأولئك الذين خسروا أنفسهم في جهنم خالدون.
okay, this one. Yeah, so keywords would be khasiru, losing, and then jahannam khalidun as well.
Yeah.
Good.
تلفح وجوههم النار وهم فيها كالحون.
So there are some difficult words here, I guess, like kalihun and talfah, but you can sort of guess what it's talking about from wujuhahum an-nar,
Mm.
fire. So talfah is like burning their faces in the fire, and wahum fiha kalihun, that they will have like it'll deform them. And so for me, basically, this verse is more visual. Like sometimes I'd forget what talfah means exactly and what kalihun means, but I just have that like imagery. So that's also a memory trigger.
ألم تكن آياتي تتلى عليكم فكنتم بها تكذبون.
Okay, this one.
What are tutla and like takun in this context? I wouldn't have gotten.
So suppose you ignore them for now because they're not keywords. Try and guess it with the keywords. Like alam, does that like convey to you? Do you catch that it's going to be question form, right? From
Yeah.
alam.
Yeah.
That's good. Then focus on ayati and alaykum. So that would be
Like verses upon you
to you. So can
or
you
signs.
Yeah, so can you guess just from this what it means?
Yeah, I can get I can get the gist of the ayah, but I guess it's just those two words that I wouldn't.
Okay, so takun is like from kun and be, and it's more like
okay.
were. So alam takun, the whole thing means were not. And ayati tutla is from yatlu, recited. Yatluna kitab Allah.
Okay, fine.
And utlu al-Quran, etc. Tutla alaykum, was it not recited to you? And then fakuntum biha tukadhibun.
You used to deny it.
So, but like you see how just the keywords can make you get the gist. And that's like fine at this point, really. If you get the gist of it, that's pretty good.
قالوا ربنا غلبت علينا شقوتنا وكنا قوما ضالين.
So, does it give you any clue on who this is referring to? Like this qalu now? Who said anything?
People of hell.
Sorry?
The people who are thrown in the fire, like that have been talked about previously.
Exactly. And then for me, the keyword here, like غلبت علينا, like overwhelmed on us or took hold of us. And we were ضالين, we were erring people. So shiqwatuna is like our ill fate or our wretchedness, etc. took over us and we were erring people. And then
ربنا أخرجنا منها فإن عدنا فإنا ظالمون.
How about this one? Yeah, so أخرجنا, keyword, get us out. And then فإنا ظالمون, then we would be wrongdoers. So I guess based on also not just the context of this verse, but like putting it in the context of the whole Quran, you can use like those clues as well, as in what is the most thing that people in the hellfire would be saying. They would be saying, get us out from here and we'll go back and we'll do better deeds, right? So now they're saying فَإِنْ عُدْنَا, if we were to return, we would be wrongdoers, as in if we were then to return to disbelief or wrongdoings. So you can use all these things to help you guess as well.
قال اخسأوا فيها ولا تكلمون.
And so أخسأوا, the only reason I remember this word is because like Shaitan is referred to it like this, that get out of you from heaven as despised, etc. So قال اخسأوا فيها, it will be that God will say, stayed therein despised, and ولا تكلمون, do not speak to me. And then
إنه كان فريق من عبادي يقولون ربنا آمنا فاغفر لنا يقولون ربنا آمنا فاغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين.
okay, this one, yeah, because it's a dua, it's easy to get. And then
فاتخذتموهم سخريا حتى أنسوكم ذكري وكنتم منهم تضحكون.
how about this one?
I didn't get that one.
Okay, did you understand this last bit? وكنتم منهم تضحكون.
Yeah, I used to laugh at them.
Exactly. So the beginning one is like فَاتَّخَذْتُمُوهُم, you took them, سِخْرِيًّا, which means like a mockery or a jest.
Yeah.
حَتَّى, until, أَنْسَوْكُمْ ذِكْرِي. أَنْسَوْكُمْ meaning is from nasi, or forgetting.
Oh, to forget. Okay.
So until you took them as a mockery, until أَنْسَوْكُمْ ذِكْرِي, until that made you forget my remembrance.
Mm.
You used to laugh at them. Then إني
جزيتهم اليوم بما صبروا أنهم هم الفائزون.
Okay, this one relatively easy. جزيتهم from jaza, so I've rewarded them this day بما صبروا, and they will be فائزون. أنهم.
قال كم لبثتم في الأرض عدد سنين قالوا لبثنا يوما أو بعض يوم فاسأل العادين.
These two?
Yeah, except Adin.
Okay. Can you guess from the previous words? You know how it says عدد?
Yeah.
I think I made you
But
do that last time I was teaching.
do this last time. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, can you guess?
So it's about counting, isn't it? Like the number of years. So
فاسأل العادين, ask
those who the counters, those who keep count.
Yeah. Good job. So yeah, يوم أو بعض يوم, they'll say, oh, we just lived a day or whatever. Count. Ask the count.
قال إن لبثتم إلا قليلا لو أنكم كنتم تعلمون.
This one, easy, very straightforward.
أفحسبتم أنما خلقناكم عبثا وأنكم إلينا لا ترجعون.
Sorry, my friend. I can see my friend walking across the street, and she knows I'm watching, but she doesn't know where I am. This thing is still ongoing, Hiba, a year onwards. I'm moving out of this place in September, though. So, okay. So, أفحسبتم أنما خلقناكم عبثا.
What's a habatha?
Without purpose. And then وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ.
Yeah.
So أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ, did you understand this one? That it was like a question mark. So like أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ, hasib, and did you think? Did you Is that what you thought? Remember how this is used as think, hasab, hisab? Yeah or no?
In my head, I remember that because it's like almost like, did you calculate, or like in your calculations, did you come to the conclusion that?
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Good. Okay. And then.
تعالى الله الملك الحق لا إله إلا هو رب العرش الكريم ومن يدع مع الله إلها آخر لا برهان له به فإنما حسابه عند ربه إنه لا يفلح الكافرون.
I think la burhana lahu bihi might be confusing, so skip that and فَإِنَّمَا حِسَابُهُ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِ. Try to join that with the first bit. Whoever calls a god beside Allah, then فَإِنَّمَا حِسَابُهُ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِ. His hisab, his accounting is with his Lord, true Lord. La burhana lahu bihi. So burhan means evidence. So and proof. So he's like whoever calls upon another god and then for which he has absolutely no proof, his accounting is going to be with his Lord. And innahu la yuflihul kafirun. Yeah, that's straightforward. And then
وقل رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين.
and this is straightforward as well, yeah. We had a question about the previous one.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask what akhara in there meant.
Also
Ilahan akhara is it like other than?
yeah, other than ma'allah, besides Allah, ilahan akhar, another god.
Okay.
So we just finished. Woohoo! Alhamdulillah.
Yay.
Good job.